Hello again, Blended Families in South Africa and Blended Families worldwide. Do we even know the struggles that biological moms go through? There's a lot of talk about how biological moms are toxic. And yes, some are toxic. But do we know the traumas that they go through during the breakup that causes them to be so toxic? I fully understand that we are responsible for our own actions. Yes, we are. And we need to be accountable for how we treat other people. So there's no excuse to be toxic. The solution is to seek help for those mothers. However, not all of them see it at the initial stages that they've been hurt. It takes time to get to a point where one accepts that they've been hurt and this hurt has left them with a bit of trauma which needs to be healed. Do we even know that moms experience PTSD from the way the breakup happens? The way that they're treated during the breakup. And that PTSD can play out in a lot of different ways. So, to the biological moms, when you see that you're hurting other people, try and seek help, psychological help. Not only are you doing this for yourself, but you're doing it for your children as well. Some may judge you because you're seeking psychological help, especially because in our society there's such a stigma around getting psychological help. But trust me, in the long run, you'll be giving yourself a pat on the shoulder for doing it. Because not only are you protecting yourself, but you're protecting your kids from trauma, and you will help your kids heal from the breakup as well, because they go through it with you. Whether they see it or not, whether they're involved or not, they see the changes, and we never know how these changes impact on them. And sometimes they too don't know how to adjust from this. So it's important for you to seek therapy, not only for yourself, but for your children as well, so that you can get through it. Secondly, for those who are experiencing the wrath of a toxic biological mother, I would like to ask you to treat it with the utmost empathy, because they are going through the most. Some of them are left with children alone to figure out how to put everything together, how to manage finances, how to take care of the child, all on their own with absolutely no assistance. And this can be very, very traumatic for one, to try and figure out what to do now. Now that this person is gone, what do I do? How do I manage things? Especially when it's something that you never even saw coming your way. I am not saying take in the toxicity, live with the toxicity. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying to you who's on the receiving end is to put up your boundaries, understanding, Uguti, right now this person is not where they need to be, and I cannot engage with them further than this. Knowing when you've reached your limit, because you too can end up being toxic, responding to the toxicity, making the whole situation toxic. And trust me, for a step parent, it never ever ends well. So you'd rather pull away from the situation, establish the right boundaries, and take a break if you need to. So if you need to take a break so that you can come back to the situation with more strength and more strategically, ensuring that in all that you do as a step parent, even as I'll say the father, and there are fathers who are toxic too, so don't get me wrong when I say this, but today my focus is the moms. Just establish the right boundaries, ensuring that in establishing those boundaries that the relationship between the parent and their children is not in any way disturbed, ensuring that there is respect. So even if that other person does not respect you, make sure that you move away quickly enough to maintain your composure, being respectful, and not losing yourself in that situation. I know. It is not easy for anybody. It's not easy for the biological mother who has found herself becoming a toxic parent. It doesn't work well for you. It is hard for you as a step parent. It is also hard for the father who has to receive the animosity. Sometimes this animosity is caused by him. But asikho lapho. All I'm saying is that we have to be mindful of the children that we are raising. We have to be mindful of the impact we make on those children, because an absent parent is not good for that child. A toxic parent is not good for that child. A toxic environment is not good for that child. Conflict, definitely not good for that child. So let's manage these conflicts better. Let's grow. Let's also see the bigger picture and everything, because sometimes we get so focused on the one issue. We get so granular on matters that don't require our attention, and we forget the bigger picture.